Have you ever wondered what truly makes a man fall in love? Not just attraction, not just fleeting infatuation, but deep, lasting love, the kind that stands the test of time. The truth is, men don't fall in love the way you see in movies. It's not about grand gestures or perfect words. Love isn't a moment, it's a process. A feeling that slowly takes root in ways most people don't even realize. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to take you inside the mind and heart of a man. I'll show you the subtle, powerful forces that make love grow. And by the end of this, you'll have a completely new understanding of what makes a man truly, deeply, and unshakably in love. Let's begin. The power of mystery. Imagine reading a book where the entire story is revealed on the first page. No twists, no turns, no unanswered questions. Just everything laid out in plain sight. Would you still feel excited to keep reading? Probably not. The same concept applies to love. Men are naturally drawn to mystery, not in a way that feels like a game, but in a way that keeps them engaged, curious, and wanting to know more. When everything about a person is revealed instantly, thoughts, emotions, past experiences, future plans, it can feel overwhelming. Love is not built in a single moment, it is discovered over time. Think about the most captivating people you've ever met. They weren't the ones who constantly explained themselves, seeking validation for every move they made. Instead, they carried a quiet confidence, a presence that made you lean in, listen closely, and want to know more. That intrigue is the spark that pulls people in. But mystery doesn't mean withholding affection or playing mind games. It means maintaining a sense of self, a life beyond the relationship, and a depth that keeps unfolding. When a man senses that there's always something more to learn, he becomes invested. He begins to associate love with discovery, and that feeling is intoxicating. Love isn't just about what is said, it's about what is felt. A lingering glance, an unexpected pause in conversation, a smile that hints at untold stories. These are the moments that create emotional intrigue. A man doesn't just fall in love with what he sees, he falls in love with what he feels compelled to understand. The strongest love stories aren't rushed, they unfold like a beautiful novel, one chapter at a time. Confidence is magnetic. Picture someone walking into a room, not the loudest person, not the one demanding attention, but the one who carries themselves with quiet certainty. They don't seek approval, they don't shrink to fit in. Yet, something about them draws people in. That's the power of confidence. Men don't just fall in love with beauty or charm, they fall in love with presence. Confidence isn't about arrogance or perfection. It's about knowing who you are and standing firm in it. It's the ability to be comfortable in your own skin, to embrace your strengths and imperfections without apology. Think of it this way: when someone is truly confident, they create a sense of security. Their energy is steady, not desperate or uncertain, and that stability is incredibly attractive. A man feels drawn to someone who doesn't need validation, but instead radiates self-assurance. Confidence also shows in the way you communicate. It's not just what you say, but how you say it. A person who speaks with certainty, who maintains eye contact, who listens with intention. These are the qualities that leave a lasting impression. They signal that you value yourself, and in turn, others will value you too. But here's the key: true confidence isn't about being fearless. It's about embracing your fears and moving forward anyway. It's about knowing that you are enough, with or without anyone's approval. And when a man sees that strength in someone, he doesn't just admire it, he falls for it. Confidence isn't about seeking love, It's about being so whole within yourself that love naturally finds its way to you. Silence speaks louder than words. We often believe that love is built through conversations, shared stories, laughter, and deep discussions. And while words do matter, what truly strengthens a connection is something far more subtle: silence. Have you ever been around someone where you didn't feel the need to fill every moment with words, where the quiet wasn't awkward but comforting? That's the kind of silence that makes a man fall deeply in love. It's in those unspoken moments, when no words are needed, yet everything is understood, that love deepens. Men don't just fall for what you say, they fall for how they feel when they're around you. If they can sit with you in silence and still feel connected, that's a rare and powerful bond. It's easy to enjoy someone's company when there's constant excitement, but true love is found in the moments in between: the quiet drives, the peaceful walks, the simple presence of just being together. Silence also shows emotional security. When someone can be comfortable without filling every space with chatter, it signals confidence and depth. It says, "I don't need to perform for you, I just want to be with you." And that kind of presence is magnetic. The strongest relationships aren't built on constant noise. They are built on the ability to be together in both words and silence. When a man feels safe in that space, when he feels like he can just be himself, without the pressure to always entertain or explain, that's when love takes root. Flaws make us real. Perfection is an illusion. We spend so much time trying to present the best version of ourselves, saying the right things, looking our best, hiding the parts of us we think are unlovable. But here's the truth: men don't fall in love with perfection, they fall in love with authenticity. Think about the moments when you've truly connected with someone. Was it when everything was flawlessly planned? Or was it when you let your guard down, laughed at your own mistakes, or shared a piece of yourself that wasn't polished? The strongest connections happen when people feel real, not rehearsed. Flaws make us human. They tell a story. A person who embraces their imperfections, who isn't afraid to be a little clumsy, a little uncertain, or even a little vulnerable, is someone who feels real and relatable. That openness invites a deeper connection because it creates a space where the other person feels safe to be real too. Men don't fall in love with someone who appears untouchable. They fall for the person who allows them to see behind the curtain, the one who can laugh at their own mistakes, who isn't afraid to admit they don't have it all figured out. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the foundation of trust. The moment you stop trying to be perfect is the moment love has room to grow. Because love isn't about finding someone flawless. It's about finding someone whose imperfections fit perfectly with yours. Time and patience build something unbreakable. In a world of instant gratification, we often expect love to happen the same way: fast, effortless, and without complications. We see stories of love at first sight, whirlwind romances and dramatic declarations, and we start to believe that if something isn't immediate, it isn't real. But true love doesn't work like that. Men don't fall deeply in love overnight. Real, lasting love is a process, not a single moment. It takes time to build trust, to create emotional security, and to truly understand another person. Rushing love is like forcing a flower to bloom before it's ready. It won't survive. Think about the strongest relationships you've ever seen. Were they built on quick emotions, or were they nurtured over time? Love isn't just about excitement, it's about consistency. It's in the small, everyday moments. The way someone remembers your favorite coffee, the patience they show when you've had a bad day, the trust they build through actions, not just words. Patience is one of the most powerful forces in love. A man falls in love not because of a single grand moment, but because of repeated experiences that make him feel safe, valued, and understood. If love is rushed, it often becomes fragile. But when it's given the time to develop naturally, it becomes unshakable. This is where many people struggle. In the early stages, it's easy to overanalyze every interaction, to wonder if things are moving fast enough, or to compare your story to someone else's. But love isn't a race. Some of the most beautiful relationships start slow, built on deep emotional foundations rather than fleeting passion. Time also reveals the truth. When you allow love to unfold at its own pace, you get to see the other person for who they really are, not just in moments of excitement, but in moments of challenge, in times of frustration, and in the quiet, unfiltered parts of life. That's when you truly know if love is real. A man doesn't fall in love because someone pressures him to, or because everything happens in a rush. He falls in love because, over time, he realizes that being with this person feels right, day after day, moment after moment. And when love grows this way, with patience and trust, it becomes something that lasts a lifetime.